welcome to the vlog. We are heading to Orafol. We've talked about this trip for a little while, finally got everything worked out, all the logistics crossed and dotted. Can't wait to show you guys how interesting of a facility this is. It really is amazing. We look forward to walking through with you guys. So hang tight, we'll be there shortly and we'll pick back up where we left off. See you then. Alright guys, so here we are at Orafol USA in Georgia. Let's go inside and check this place out.
Just kidding.
We're supposed to be here now, right?
Sweet. Is there a doorbell?
Guess they locked us out.
Lunchtime. It's lunchtime.
We're in a super secret area of Orafol. We can't really tell you what goes on in these two rooms, but let's take a quick little glimpse. So come. So just like everything else in this place, everything is spotlessly clean. It's really cool to see and be a part of and be within every day, but this is their quality control, and that's pretty much all I can tell you. They're all watching me, making sure I don't say too much, so let's go. Let's check out the rest of Orafol. It looks like they got a real kid standing there. So we got to walk through the facility where they're mating the adhesive to the face stock, which was super cool, and now we're gonna go into another room. This is strictly run by robots, and they grab the materials and bring them up to the loading docks so that the employees can grab them and cut them down, convert them, do whatever needs to be done to the films. So let's take a look at this massive cage in here. This robot is going and grabbing whatever film it needs to out of all this inventory. All right, so we're in the print lab right now. They do some really cool stuff in here with the cast materials. They print on every single one to make sure quality is there, make sure color and everything holds together right on their cast printable film. So this is just another like behind the scenes deal with seeing really how a great manufacturer works and testing their products and make sure they're all 100% for us before we even get them. Alright, so I brought some extra Pro Gloves and we found the top secret room where they hide all of the Orafol wrap gloves. So we're going to sneak in there, we're going to put these in the box and see if we can, you know, mix it up a little bit. So Alright guys, so we got done with Orafol. That was such a great experience, a lot of fun. Thank you, Orafol America. I ended up taking a north turn instead of a south turn. We're about to surprise a Pain is Dead member. Go ahead and give you guys the inside skinny. He doesn't know yet, doesn't know we're coming, but we're gonna drop in on Chris Bull of Wrapabull in Chapin, South Carolina. We're about halfway there, and so we made the call to just turn north, and we'll pick up with you guys in just a minute and try to surprise Chris Bull. So here we go. So I guess like the only way we can do this thing is just fucking roll in the front door and just like, we're here to crash the party, so let's see what happens. Yeah.
Oh, shit. What's up, Aiden?
So completely surprised.
How are you? What is up?
We've been talking to Charlotte all day, but we went to do the Oracal thing. So instead of turning south, we came north and decided to drop in and surprise you. So,
How cool is that?
what's up? Welcome to Pain is Dead Vlog.
Hi.
Chris Bull. I'm sorry, I don't know you.
This is Robert.
Robert, Austin, nice to meet you.
Likewise.
Holy crap, I don't know if we're supposed to have that on camera, so try not to.
Blur it out.
Sweet. Surprise?
Yeah.
I kept like booking it. She was like, he texted me, said he's cleaning up at the shop. So I was like,
She was like, yeah, she just told me just now. She was like, so, yeah, he's, Will's got something for you in his car. He's gonna drop it off. I'm like, well, what is it? Can I just wait till tomorrow? She's like, no, just he's on his way. I'm like, okay. And
all right, guys, so welcome to Wrapabull in South Carolina. This is a very small community, but it's really cool, the dynamic and the level of cars and artistic ability that Chris puts into everything he does. So we're gonna take a look through his shop, we're gonna walk through, and then we're gonna circle back around and do an interview with Chris. And I hope you guys enjoy checking out Wrapabull in South Carolina. Come on in. People are looking everywhere for these things. Well, I found some.
oh shit.
So we did the tour of the shop, now we just need to do the interview. Problem is we don't have a red couch.
I don't have a red couch.
So there's like a love seat over there that we could.
I'm not that in love with you.
No?
You're cute, but not that cute.
Damn it. All right, my second go is, can we do it in the GTR?
We can do that.
That might be kind of cool.
Let's try it.
Let's do it. All right, now that we got that out of the way, take two. All right, so welcome guys back. You were able to take a tour of Chris's shop in Chapin, South Carolina.
Columbia.
All right, so welcome back guys. We are sitting down, first time interview inside of a GTR, inside Chris's shop. Actually, this car sits in the showroom, his own personal toy. He gets to play with all the time. Got a super interesting wrap, split two-tone, graphic one side, solid color the other. If you haven't checked it out, make sure you go check out his Instagram, Wrapabull, on Instagram, Facebook, and online. So Chris here has known me, and we've been good friends in the car industry for a very long time. Just kind of coincides, we were both in the sign industry, circle back around, and now both are in the wrap industry. But Chris is in a very unique market. It's amazing to me, the cars and what you do in such a small market. I hear so many people say, I'm in a small market, that's not my demographic, I can't do cool stuff. How do you, I mean, you pull it off. It's doable.
It's very doable. So like you said, we're in Chapin, South Carolina, which is a rural suburb of Columbia, which is
6,700 people.
very small.
Yeah.
Very small. But I think one of the good things that we have is we are on the lake, so we do have some people with some really nice lake houses, some little external expenses, but it is very, very small. We're right in the middle of the state, like really almost dead middle of the state, so we pull people from all corners of the state, and luckily we've built a reputation that people bring the cars.
You guys have M3s rolling out of here. You got an LC in the shop right now. I mean, you do your standard commercial stuff. You do a lot of boats being on the water, which is really cool. You're able to put your spin on a lot of these boat wraps, which look amazing, but you're pulling exotic cars in a community where most people would sit back and say, this is not an exotic car community. We don't do that.
Right.
And so it's amazing to me to watch what happens. And we got a Gold Rush car sitting here, two Gold Rush cars going out of the door of a 6,700 person population. And I keep saying that, but it's so interesting because I hear so many people from traveling and doing events and being in the industry say, oh, I'm in a small community. I'm never going to be that color change guy that can do exotic stuff because our market just doesn't support it. But you hit on a point that I just talked about with everyone at the business class in the last 2 weeks, which is put yourself where you want to attract your customers. Sure. And so you're pulling customers from outside of your zip code and area code and direct market to be able to achieve those types of wraps, and you're doing an amazing job at it. And you're packed. You're booked out
till right now to the end of June.
To the end of June.
So that's 2 months.
Right. Incredible. I mean, like it works. So the point that I really try to drive home with this is it's doable in any market.
Sure.
It doesn't matter if you're in Miami or Chapin, South Carolina. You can get the market and the customer base that you want.
Yep.
But one thing people really have to realize is how much artistic ability, and Chris is very, very artistic in what he does and creates, and even the shop, like the wall graphics are super cool. The graphics you infuse into the boat, your mind as a designer really shows in what you do here.
I mean, it's cool. I mean, a lot of times the people who bring the boats, they don't know what they want.
Right.
A lot of times with the custom cars, people don't know what they want. So some people are very picky with what they want. Some people say, hey, just show me some ideas.
Sure.
So we'll throw them some ideas. Had a guy yesterday that said he brought me a pontoon boat. He doesn't care what it looks like. He wants it lime green, silver, and he wants me to put my spin on it. That's it.
So those are the best
ones.
Projects to me, is when a customer just allows you and trusts you to do what you think looks amazing. They don't even know what it's going to look like. This is truly just, here you go, Chris.
Yep.
Make it amazing.
Yep.
And what faith and trust a customer has to have in you to do that.
Sure. And going back to your other point about the small market, is you have to find there's money everywhere.
Right.
There's cars everywhere. It might be in a warehouse that you've never heard about, but if you go to the car shows, you go to talk to people, and you go to a Porsche dealership and just say, hey, who has cars around here?
Right.
They'll tell you where the cars are.
Sure.
And you just got to somehow figure out how to market to that group.
Well, and we talked about that again at the business classes, like dealerships. Dealerships are huge because not only are you able to suffice some good, consistent work out of dealerships, but what's more important than that is you're being introduced to the customer and customer base that frequents a Range Rover dealership, a BMW dealership, a Mercedes dealership, etc. So they don't have to come find you. You're automatically being introduced to that customer, and maybe something small.
Those sales guys are introducing you to the customer.
Correct.
So they're selling for you.
100%. And the sales guys are oftentimes building you up because they want to sell a car.
Yeah.
So they've got a customer, they can tell he's into his car and wants to customize a little bit. Him making that referral, and I say the salesman making that referral makes the salesman look good.
Yeah.
So he wants to do it to make him look good, so that guy buys a car from him and hopefully comes back and buys another car from him. So it's a win.
All I do is win, no matter what.
Situation. I mean, it's absolutely insane. If you're not doing things with dealerships, get involved with your local dealerships.
Yeah.
You are missing a tremendous portion of your market.
Even if you do a roof wrap for the dealership,
100%.
$250. Knock it out. You do it once, they'll call you back.
Sure.
Next time you're doing a roof wrap and a stripe kit, and then you're doing this.
It's amazing, just the dynamic of changing how you approach a situation will truly change the outcome of what it is. And I think that's worked for you guys.
100%.
100%.
Sure. Hi.
You're good. I'm just trying to think of the next question. You have to cut a little bit out here. I think the concrete guy just showed up.
Or somebody. It'd be really weird if somebody walks in and be like,
Yeah, what the hell is going on?
what are you guys doing in there? Don't mind us. Don't worry about me. You worry about you do you.
Okay, so Chris, as I said in the beginning of this vlog, is Chris and I have been great friends for a very long time. I think we said yesterday we tracked it back to like 97, 96. I mean, we
20,
were
like 20. We're old. He has no hair and I have gray hair.
That's why I have no hair, because I would have gray hair. But ultimately, like going back to cut vinyl days, multiple layers of cut vinyl to create what we create today in a print. Been in this industry for a long time. So tell everyone what you feel Paint is Dead does for you. And I don't want a BS answer. Like, don't do this because we're on a vlog for Paint is Dead, but just like a realistic approach. You know, what is the organization of Paint is Dead do for you in a small market?
In the industry, I think it's more of an industry-based type of situation. You know, it's much more people look at you differently from the industry. I think from a customer base, you know, they see it all over the shop. You know, I've got it on my shirt, I've got it on wall wrap, I've got it on posters. You know, it's everywhere. So people ask, you know, what is this? And I explain to them what it is, and like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Right.
So it gives you a little more validity.
Sure.
You know, we've got, you know, Jim from Miller Wraps is about 2.5 hours south of me.
Okay.
I got Chris Depping from Illicit. He's about an hour and a half north. So We've got a couple of painted dead guys in the neighborhood. So in the car scene, people are starting to understand in the car show and the color change world what paint is dead is on that market. So we do get that validity in there. I do think that passing jobs around, I know I've passed jobs to you down in Florida. Right. I know that I've passed jobs to Chris in North Carolina.
Right.
Jim referred me an awesome job. It was a commercial job.
Sure.
But it was, some wall wraps and some graphics and stuff inside of a huge facility.
But work is work.
Work. I love commercial work is great.
Yeah.
I love it. So, but it was cool. Now, if I wasn't in the network, would I have gotten that? Maybe. Well, maybe. But I think it's more of a. You build a bond with somebody, like Bobby or Chris,
right?
Or Sharif or Kevin or whoever. I have a customer who's a graphic designer here. He just did a design for a company that was near Oklahoma or Colorado or somewhere.
Right.
And I was able to refer him, hey, call Charlie.
Right.
So, I mean, it's maybe it's not a direct, hey, you're getting this business from Paint is Dead because of this.
Right.
But you're getting referrals from people who are in Paint is Dead.
But let me bring up just something that happened very recently. And if you guys are in the wrap industry, by all means, go verify this story. But there was a request from a Paint is Dead member in a national platform and said, hey, I need somebody in this market to do this job.
Sure.
I think it was Ferrari 458 or something like that.
Chicago.
Okay. The Paint is Dead member didn't understand we had a guy in the local Chicago market. And basically we had there's probably 6 to 7 people saying, I'll take it, I got it, let me help you, I'll do it. It's, let's take care of it. And ultimately it came down to going to a Paint is Dead shop, not because of any of those other guys weren't highly qualified and have gone to any one of them had it not been that case, but because that guy in Chicago was part of the network looks out strongly for the network. And it's not a biased deal, but it's like it is a brotherhood, and everybody wants to take care of everybody and pass as much work in our group. And even with the mob and Masters of Branding, they do the same thing. Sure. And we kind of share those installers to where if there's not a Masters of Branding guy in Chapin, then it's probably going to come to you. And if there's not a Paint is Dead guy in Tennessee, then it's probably going to go to Molly. So, we really, there's a level of trust that you have with dealing with somebody that you really know and you've hung out with and you've crashed at the same house with or been at SEMA and taken over an Avery Dennison booth for a day type of deal, that you really have that camaraderie. So that in and of itself, I think really exemplifies the network. And you hit on the network, people asking about it. And the very first time I put Paint is Dead on a car, that's what it did. It created a conversation. We were at Subway in some, I don't know where we were. It was Subway in a gas station. It was Subway
in a Subway
in a gas station in some little tiny town yesterday, and we just stopped for lunch as we were on our way up, and basically I had a Paint is Dead shirt on. Naturally, I had the Paint is Dead tattoo, and a guy comes up to me and goes, "What is that? What is Paint is Dead?" And I go, well, it's a paint alternative product. Instead of painting your car and changing the color, you can do it with vinyl. He walked away with my card. Last night I had an email from him asking for someone in the North Carolina area. So just a happenstance type of interaction with somebody has led to a guy emailing me, and ultimately we'll pass that gentleman on to a member in North Carolina for a job. So those types of things, and that's what really strongly I believe Paint is Dead and the network of installers that Paint is Dead encompasses is. And so I think it's really an interesting dynamic.
Also remember about all the information that each individual installer has.
Right.
Who knows, hey, have you ever done a 458 door handle? How do you pull this off?
Right.
Somebody in the network knows how to do it. So you can post that up on any of our network.
So let me play the devil's advocate with that, because a lot of people now will say, well, that information's on Wrap Society too. For me, Wrap Society is great, and there's a tremendous amount of really skilled people, but there are also people on there that are just starting out. And the last thing I want is somebody guessing at what to do.
Sure. And
this is not downing the Wrap Society, because I frequent it and use it and enjoy its
full support.
What it does constantly. Neil is avid and he's great with what he's done with that deal. But within a very high-end network, what you're getting is the absolute hands down best way to do it.
Well, if you call Marcos or EA, you call one of those guys, and you've seen on their Instagram, that the information they're going to give you is going to be pretty solid. Everybody in the network, between all of us, we've probably touched just about every car you can think of. So somebody in the network has the information that can help you. Sure. So we can just reach out and just be like, hey, have you done this? Like you did, like I did the Civic Type R last month.
Yep.
I knew you guys had done one.
Sure.
So I called your installer, and I was like, dude. Oh, I texted him. I was like, help me out on this. I need some help. And he gave me some really good information that led to being able to do the job a little bit more efficiently.
Public service announcement: Civic Type R's are not Civics.
Do not go red to black.
Yeah.
No.
All right, well, thank you guys. I appreciate your time in watching this video. I appreciate Chris's time in taking time out of his day and his schedule to sit down with us and have an interview in a GTR. I mean, this may never happen again.
You're on the wrong side.
I'm on the wrong side. It's actually a right-hand drive GTR. So very, very cool. If you're ever in the Chapin area, swing in and see Chris. Stay away from pencils, but swing in and see Chris. Check out his shop. See what he's up to. You'll probably find some behind-the-scenes stuff that you can't see yet at the time, and ultimately he's a great wealth of knowledge and a super interesting guy in the industry. So cool. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, killing it daily.
That's it.